I wrapped up a 22 and a half hour fast today, intermittent fasting, and what you're seeing is my dinner, which is the final meal for the day. I sometimes have a protein shake, 2 scoops of whey protein, and I share that. As a matter of fact, we can go to the video exactly to show you what I take. It's a vegan protein shake, and I take 2 scoops of that pretty much every day, if not every other day. I balance it with my protein intake, and if I feel I'm short on the meat, then I will supplement with the protein shake. So let me show you that, and then we'll come back. My essentials have arrived. So protein shake, as you can see, this has been my favorite one. The brand is Arbonne. Although this is a vegan protein shake, I am not a vegan. It just this is the best protein shake I've ever had. 24 grams of protein times 2 equals 48 grams. It just feels really good in your stomach. It doesn't feel bloated. Here. Then, of course, I load up on my super greens. Be well, you can see 36 antioxidants and cytonutrients. Blend of 36 fruits and veggies. Eat supplement. I mix that with lime, lemon, a morning routine video that I did. It's already on my channel. You can see I mix, also throw in the fish sticks, ginseng fish sticks. This is a new flavor, by the way, I'm trying here. So you can't go wrong with these. So anyway, glad to have my supplies. Restocking season, baby. Okay, now that we're here, you see the shake I drink, but you also see my dinner for the evening, which is steak patties that I made, and a little bit of potato. Again, 90% of my diet is carnivore. 90% of my diet is carnivore. And when you are doing fasting, and when you're on a carnivore diet, and when you're walking, you're not going to be eating a whole lot. As a matter of fact, you may think that I'm actually hungry, but I was not hungry at all. The longer my fast goes, and you'll find this as well as you become a little advanced in your fasting and you can hold your windows longer, is that you have no desire to eat. You become addicted to not eating, actually, because I got bad allergies, folks. Sorry for the bad mannerisms here, but you can understand, right? I'm up against the weather elements right now. It's so annoying. But I'm up against all these, but like when you lock into your fasting windows and you do this somewhat right, 80%, 90% dialed in, you're not going to be overeating. In fact, you're not going to be even hitting your calorie maintenance numbers. You're going to be in a very much of a calorie deficit. Not only do you not feel like eating, you probably hit all your protein numbers, is because if you surround your meals around protein, you're going to be full longer. Like, you're not going to want to eat. Try it. Have you ever tried to finish chicken breast, fish, salmon, right? Leg quarters, egg whites, right? All of these food elements protein keeps you fuller, longer, and you're not going to want to eat processed food. You're not going to want to eat, unnecessary carbs. And this is where the magic really happens, is because in my 22 and a half hour fast, I was able to get all my nutrients in one meal. And I talk about OMAD, one meal a day. It's very possible for you to get everything in one meal. That's exactly what I did. In fact, I should say 2 meals, but I had all my meals within a 1 hour window, really. 1 hour window. I had 2 protein bars, Quest bars, 1 cup of fruit, and then some eggs, turkey, spinach, 2 slices of cheese, 1 teaspoon butter, and that was my meal. And then right after, about working out my arms and pull-ups, I then had the steak and potatoes. So out of the 4 patties you see, I only had one steak piece, and that's maybe like a little finger size potato. Let me do one more round and then I'll cut this. I think it's really important, And some of us may get a little tense or a little bit on the fence of doing a full day 24-hour fast, 16-hour fast, I think is where you can start with. That's where the magic really starts happening. But I find that I am very productive at the 20-hour fasting and the 4-hour feeding window. That's when I'm very, very efficient. And I understand my body now. I understand how I process my food. I can listen to my body, and you can actually be more in tune with the digestive process. And even after your meal, you can start walking. So I finished my meal around 5:15, 5:20, let's just say 5:30. And right now, as I'm doing this walking, I've been walking for nearly 1 hour. I'm already digesting all of that. I'm getting my body prepped up for the next day. I'm getting the cycle ready for the next day. I'm already trying to go into my fasting window immediately. So that's really the cheat code. That's the trick. That's it. And I encourage you to wake up the next day and skip your breakfast. That's it. Skip your breakfast. Go to 14, 15, 16 hours. See how you feel, right? A lot of us tend to eat even when we are full. Thing is that when you break your fast, and you break your fast not only unnecessarily, but when you're not hungry, you still end up eating anyway. Ask yourself, why did I eat? If you're not hungry, why did you eat? And of course, certain days are going to be different based on the stress, based on sleep. I'll dive into that in another video. But a lot of us don't question enough and tune into our body and the mind, right? That conversation we're having is a relationship is, well, I wasn't full. Why did I eat anyway? It's because we are programmed. We are programmed, and there's a lot of things that are comfortable, that are right in front of us, the comfort foods, and easily accessible, especially in America. And you also think about how accessible fresh drinking water is, and yet we don't drink enough water. You know, a cup of water, a glass of water will easily quench your hunger pangs. Those are false hunger signals. You're not really hungry. You are not really hungry, and you know this. But the subconscious mind is programmed, and we have such a bad habit on being on autopilot that we just want to eat. We look for the quick dopamine hit, right? Quick dopamine hit. And once food enters your system, and worse is if you break your fast untimely, you know, way too early, and you break your fast with the wrong foods like sugar, processed foods, you have spiked your glucose, your insulin, and you've essentially wasted your day. That's I can tell you this for a fact, is because at this age where I'm at 49, this is I'm living proof example of how to age, right? How you can age, and we almost blow it right here. We almost always blow it right here. Is how we break our fast, and the first meal of the day, what we do is we just eat like crap. So you've ruined all that fasting, the work you have done. Hey, look at behind me, man. That's so beautiful. That post-production, I'll be looking at the red sky. It's like, wow, this is amazing. So there's a lot that goes into this, but it's very simple. We don't have to complicate it. And that's why I'm able to fast, stay in a caloric deficit, and most days I can do 20-hour fasts. It's very easy for me now. It may not be so easy for you, which is why I am making videos like this to help you find your window, especially if you are my age, older, a little bit younger, essentially millennials and Gen Xs. Wherever you fall in the age category, it doesn't really matter. What matters is, can you put this plan to action? Do you have someone in your corner that can reinforce this and hold you accountable? I don't know. I don't have a plan, but I have a trial, and let's see how this goes. And it's as good as your discipline. It's as good as your commitment to this. There's no program. The program is you. The program is what's inside you. What do you want? What's more important to you, right? I think 16-8 is a good place for you to be. And if you can fast 16 hours, it's easy. It's so easy. You're not deprived and you're gonna starve. You're not gonna lose your muscle mass. None of that. Just skip breakfast and see how you feel at 12 o'clock. And at 12 o'clock, why don't you break your fast with a small protein meal or a piece of fruit, a little bit of almonds, nuts, if you may. And then maybe you save all your calories or the bulk of your calories for the bigger meal at the end of the day. And you know, a piece of ribeye steak with some mashed potatoes, spinach, whatever choice of vegetable, right? But you still are in a caloric deficit. You see what I mean? This is how I conquer my day. This is how I win my day. This is where fasting becomes a little bit magical. It's not a magic pill because you can easily negate all of this by overeating, and most of us mistake intermittent fasting as a cheat code, as a magic pill, as a drug. And yeah, it can be, but it's as good as how you manage it, if that makes sense. Because you still have to do the other things like drinking a gallon of water, sleeping in time, getting 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of sleep, walking your 10,000 steps every single day, and then managing your diet. Okay? Till the next video, I'm losing sunlight, but man, I love this trail back behind me. I'm going to call it here, folks, and pack my gear up and make the home stretch here. But until the next video, I'll catch you on the next one here and get you walking. Mamba out.